Listen to this.
Story. Nigeria is facing a serious cost of living crisis. Government action in the face of record inflation levels has left many Nigerians struggling to make ends meet. But there is one thing Nigerians cannot skip on, a cold one, because beer sales have boomed. But in the midst of economic uncertainty across Nigeria, the booming booze industry stands out. A series of factors have contributed to the cost of living headache faced by many inside of the country. The consequences of COVID, a worsening security situation and supply chain issues due to the Russia-Ukraine war. The result, 52% of Nigerians struggle to make ends meet, according to the World Bank. And inflation is a major factor. President Bola Tinubu implemented difficult, but what experts have called necessary reforms in 2023. But these measures have placed even more pressure on pricing and have eroded households' purchasing power. And in recent years, the economic situation has led to protests. So, while the overall economic situation in Nigeria is improving, the spending power of everyday residents is under more pressure. So the beer boom in Nigeria is multifaceted, not just an escape, but a way of life for many. Socializing becomes an outlet when other options are out of reach financially. In Nigeria, beer remains on the table.
In Nigeria, beer remains on the table. And to give you a little bit of an idea of what type of numbers we're talking about, Nigeria's major listed bureaus generated an estimated $1.04 billion in revenue from beer and other beverages in the first 9 months of 2025. Nigerian Breweries PLC accounted for the largest share, reporting sales of $683 million during that period. International Breweries PLC returned to profitability, whilst Champion Breweries posted improved earnings despite rising costs. Analysts say the figures highlight the resilience of Nigeria's beer market amid inflation and broader economic pressures. So in short, no matter how difficult the situation is, Nigerians still like to igbaladun, aka enjoy 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 cold ones. There are two ways to look at it. With the World Bank saying that over 52% of the population is struggling, that definitely shows you can add an extra 20% into that. So we're looking at probably about 70% unofficially of the population struggling. Inflation has gone through the roof, the difficulties with getting jobs, graduates, hundreds of thousands of graduates leaving university without jobs. And, the circumstances is definitely dire. However, there's some industries that are recession-proof, inflation-proof, and one of those is absolutely the beer industry. I grew up in Ibadan. I don't know if any one of you knows, but Ibadan is where the NBL, Nigerian Breweries, has a massive factory there. We grew up on that. Maltina, Star, the list goes on. And for them to be generating profits in the first 9 months of 2025 of over $683 million, well over ₦1 trillion, for a company based out in Ibadan or wherever they are. That is incredible. Yes, we're talking about the beer industry because a lot of people just use that entertainment to completely take their memories or their minds off of the pressures, the day-to-day lives. But what are we looking at what the future will be for a lot of these people that have spent so much money on alcohol in Nigeria and drinking beer and, spending that much money? What's the result going to be on the community in the next couple of years? Big questions to ask. But my gosh, Nigerian Breweries is definitely caking out. Definitely caking out.